Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is another Monday. It is actually the first Monday of February and I am back with another video. Yay! So I am really proud of myself because I started this video series on the first Monday of January in the year of our Lord 2026, and I completed every Monday in January. I uploaded a new video every single Monday, and now here we are moving into February and I am still here. So I am so very proud of myself for just sticking to what I said I was going to do and showing up consistently. Okay, so with that said, the title of today's video is I Got Hit. Woosah. I did not get hit by a car. My car got hit by a car, and it was a hit and run. So I was driving down Broadway on my way to get my hair done by a new stylist, right? And I was headed east on Broadway when a car came from one side of the street, or one of the side streets actually, and clearly didn't see me coming. And they pulled into oncoming traffic. And as I tried to swerve to avoid them, they just kept going and they hit the right side of my passenger door. Actually hit both doors on the passenger side. And then they just kept going down the street, the opposite side of the street. They didn't stop. They did not pull over. They did not come back. Okay, the people that saw it, that were walking down the street, did not stop and help me. Nobody stopped to help. Nobody wanted to know if I was okay. They didn't care. In that moment, I was just stunned, right? I sat there in the middle of the street for a second trying to process what had just happened. And once I realized that they were not stopping and they were not coming back, I pulled over about maybe a block away because there wasn't anywhere else, immediately to pull off on the side of the road. So I drove up about a block and pulled off on the side of the road. And I sat there for a moment, still stunned. And then I called my mother, and as I was talking to her and telling her what happened, I started to cry and I started to get upset. And she asked me if I was okay and if I was hurt. And thankfully, I was not. I wasn't sore. There was no physical damage to my body at all. And she was able to calm me down, right? And she reminded me that it could have been so much worse. She reminded me also that I was okay. She reminded me that I had insurance and the car is just a thing and it could be replaced. It would be handled, right? And so after that, I got out of the car and I looked at the damage, and both passenger side doors were severely dented in. And I could not open the door from the outside, and I'm not even going to try to open it from the inside, because I didn't want to risk it not closing back, right? But the car is still drivable. There is no damage under the hood. The tires are fine. The car still runs, right? I called the police and I waited for them to arrive. And while I was waiting, I sent pictures of the damage to one of my friends. And he looked at it and said, it looks like it is only cosmetic. He said it should be a simple fix, probably just replacing the doors. And he kept saying that word, cosmetic. It's only cosmetic. That word stuck with me, right? Because cosmetic sounds small. It sounds minor. It sounds like it does not really matter, but cosmetic still matters. It may not stop the car from driving, but it affects how it feels to ride in it. It affects how I experience it. It affects how I show up in it. And that got me thinking about vanity. We use that word a lot, especially when it comes to women, makeup, hair, nails, procedures, enhancements. We say things like, it is just cosmetic. It's surface level. It's not that deep. But sometimes it is deeper. My car is still functional, still gets me where I need to go, but the doors are damaged. And while I technically could keep driving it just like it is, that does not mean the damage should be ignored. Just because something still works, hear me, does not mean it does not deserve attention. Just because you are still moving does not mean nothing happened to you. Somebody insert the organ. And that is when it clicked for me. We walk around every day functioning with dents. We walk around every day with damage. We show up to work, to church, to relationships, to responsibilities. We are still driving, still moving, still doing what needs to be done. But there are places where we have been hit. Places where something happened and the other party did not stop. They did not take accountability. They did not check to see if we were okay. They just kept going. And we were left stunned, trying to gather ourselves and pull over when we could, right? So when we do things that people call cosmetic, whether that is makeup, hair, nails, therapy, rest, boundaries, or even procedures, I think the real question is not vanity versus necessity. The real question is intention. Am I trying to hide something, or am I trying to heal something? Am I trying to pretend nothing happened, or am I acknowledging that I was hit and I deserve repair? Because there is a difference between covering damage and restoring what was damaged. Okay, there's a difference. I'm not ashamed that my car needs new doors. I'm grateful that it wasn't worse, right? I'm grateful that I am okay. And I'm grateful that there is a process in place to make it right. Okay, insurance will pay for my doors. And I think it applies to life too. Some of us need new doors. Some of us need a few repairs. Some of us need to pull over, call somebody, cry a little bit, and then take the steps to fix what was broken. My God. So yes, it was a hit and run, but it didn't take me out. And this situation reminded me that just because something is called cosmetic does not mean it is insignificant. Sometimes it is simply the visible evidence of something you survived. That's it. That's all I wanted to share today. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to see y'all next Monday. Bye.